the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for Hater. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Hater news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for Hater.
Hello, Hater fans. This is Roxy Stryer speaking, and I'm pretty excited because it's my first time in Studio B recording. Sitting with me is my co-host, Phil Svitek.
Phil the Thrill. I feel like I have to say that name after watching The Miz. Phil the Thrill Svitek.
I thought we only use the Thrill on Jersey Shore.
Yeah, well, when you have something like wrestling going, I gotta be part of that.
So am I rookie?
Sure.
Okay.
Roxy Rookie Stryer.
Oh my gosh, we're going back to the basics. The Rookie and the Thrill. Okay, so I thought it was a pretty decent episode of Hater. I would give it probably a 7 compared to other weeks.
Why so? Just because of the celebrities that we had?
Yeah, I would say I thought The Miz was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Max Chmerkovskiy, maybe that's how you say it, the guy from Dancing with the Stars, he's one of the dancers on it. I thought that he was on the
They
show.
spent a little too much time on him.
That's what I'm saying.
And for me, obviously we're going to talk about him first, so here we go, right?
Right.
It was just too easy for him to convert. You're a dancer. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like,
what I
correct
was
me
saying.
if I'm wrong. Women, like anything dancing related, you're going to be able to convert.
Literally, what I wrote down was, how could a hot, straight male dancer not turn a straight female, especially when he's going to dip her? Equals heart love. Come on. So
Yeah.
easy. Usually I've noticed that they give the first celebrity 40 minutes and the second one 20. Well, not the full, there's commercials, but
Yeah.
it goes to the 40 mark and then the 20 minutes is left for the second. And if that's the case and that's the setup of the show, I definitely would have liked to see it the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just didn't have as much footage for The Miz.
I mean, it definitely seemed like it. Just briefly, we can get into this more. But the elaborate staging of it, obviously, it was very conducive. I was worried when they were showing, what was it, Max? I'm just gonna call him Max. And they were in that kind of restaurant. It seemed to me, it would be easy to spot the cameras and figure something was going on. Whereas with the elaborate staging of the WWE Fan Appreciation Day,
Right.
it was like it's totally organic to have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. But I totally get that. But still, at the same time, I would have liked to see a little more of The Miz's conversation with Michael.
Yeah.
When they're going to get his hair cut, when they're going to try on the suit, they really seem to cut that short. So I wish they hadn't so much. But okay, we're starting with Max on things that Max's hater said about him. Max's hater's name was Marsha. I think it was Marsha. Yeah. Anyway, so she said that he was a worthless celebrity, that he mumbles, and that he was a frat boy. I don't know about those things at all. He seemed like a very arrogant guy to me, but again, once somebody starts twirling you around and dancing with you and being a gentleman and doing the dip, it's literally, he could be Hitler and you would be into him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that this girl stood a chance on remaining a hater.
Excuse me. And just by the sheer fact that he is a good-looking guy,
Right.
Whereas, contrary to your point, Hitler was kind of not a good-looking guy, apart from all the other things he did. But
I was kidding. I would not have fell in love with Hitler even if he dipped me. I swear I wouldn't. I'm a Jew. Hitler hater for life.
I actually heard a good joke today about that, but you don't even want me to go to.
I think I do.
The Jews, they're all about the Holocaust, the cost. God, get over it.
It's good.
So.
Take it. Okay, but anyway, so a couple good quotes from Marsha. I don't know whether she was shit-faced or what was going on, but she turns to him and says, "When you stick your ass out on Dancing with the Stars, it makes me want to put a saddle on you and ride you like a pony."
Yeah, she was
Huh?
She seemed very untypical of a hater.
Of a hater. She way more seemed like an obsessive lover who, like an ex-girlfriend. Like, she seemed like an ex-girlfriend. That's exactly what it was. She seemed like somebody who loved him so much and was pissed at him for something he did, for dancing with other women or something. She was really bizarre. I really think she was drunk. We see her taking shots at the restaurant. Everything she said was kind of strange, and I was thinking, huh? What? If I were to be his hater, the points I would have made would have been much more valid. There are things about him that are very annoying. First of all, he, to bring out my ridiculousness right now, he uses circular logic. So it's like whenever he's trying to say something, he throws something back in her face, and the way he justifies things doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
If she was smart, she could have said, "What? You're not making sense," and made him look like an idiot. But she wasn't, and she was starstruck, and I really think she was borderline obsessed with Max.
Yeah. Well, for me, the two kind of key moments in converting the hater, if you will, were when she says, I forget what she said, but she really ticked him off, and he said, "Are you effing nuts?"
Yeah.
I go on.
She said, "You judge girls based on their weight."
Yes.
And he said, "Are you effing nuts?"
And I felt like in that moment it could have gone so bad, but he actually, he articulated it well backwards. And so, "Are you effing nuts? My family, my friends, et cetera, raised me well. I would never do that."
It's true because he's a ballroom dancer.
Yeah.
And they're raised to respect women. He's been dancing since he was 4 years old. You can't dance without a woman. You are codependent. So I don't understand. She kept saying, "You're a chauvinistic pig," when really his entire life and career revolves around women. So a lot of her points didn't really make sense. I also thought it was funny where, this girl was clearly dumb or drunk. He walked into the dance studio, and he said, "This is where I live." And she says, "Well, where's your bed?" He said, It's a metaphor." No, he doesn't live in the dance studio. Are you dumb? Like, what?
Yeah,
yeah.
That was just an awesome.
They
played it really well. I don't know who to give the credit to, whether it was it was him,
or
it was the girl. It was just the combination of all things was actually very funny.
Yeah, I'm actually, as I'm talking about the episode, I think my rating is bumped up to an 8.
Okay.
One of those, looking back on it, there were some pretty funny moments, actually. Yeah.
And I felt the other key moment for him was when he sat her down and said, "Hey, listen, in high school, I was picked on too, and it was very hard. I didn't know English. I was in Brooklyn, and I was a dancer, and I tried to hide that because it was uncool." And I felt, that really warmed her up.
Both of the strategies of the two people we saw today, Max and The Miz, were to make the people, their haters, feel more confident.
Yeah.
That was what the strategies they both took, which I thought was very smart, because if you make somebody feel better about themselves, because most haters hate you because they're jealous, if you try to put them on an equal level as you, then they're not going to be such a hater.
Yeah.
Which is smart. But unfortunately, it didn't work as well for The Miz. Are we ready to move on to him?
I am ready. I feel like we need some music or something. Literally what I'm trying to do is get us wrestlers to call in, and hopefully we will. I'm talking with
we know a lot of people here who know The Miz in close relations.
And people who I didn't even think that knew him. I mean, I don't want to reveal anyone. In fact, one of the girls that I'm speaking with right now, she wants to remain anonymous if she does. But quite interesting how much AfterBuzz knows The Miz.
Yeah, we've got a lot of WWE people here who have worked as hosts and on WWE, as divas, whatever it is, and we also have people who don't and know The Miz.
Yeah, so you know what? If tonight we don't necessarily get the full scoop on
Next
The
time.
Miz, we will do it next time, and so.
But it is interesting. The biggest point The Miz kept making was, The Miz is a character. His real name's Mike. He's not The Miz. The Miz is a character that he puts on for WWE. And that must be very frustrating to him because it's almost like, you know, it's not a reality show in the sense that you're playing who you are. It's more like a scripted show where you are a character. And Mike has created this badass asshole character, The Miz.
Awesome! I came to play.
There's a price to pay.
Oh, you can't see me, I'm dancing. Okay.
I felt it was appropriate.
Okay, that was good. That was good. I'll take it. But anyway, so Michael is Mike's hater. So Michael is The Miz's hater, and The Miz is Mike.
Yes.
A little confusing.
And you know what? I'll take this opportunity to kind of speak about the haters of wrestling in general.
Right.
You know, people say it's fake and all that. Well, at the end of the day, it's very tough, because you have to act. You have to be both an actor and a sports athlete all in one.
Yeah.
And that's very tough to do, to keep a crowd entertained and a very loyal crowd. But at the end of the day, you know, they have a solid audience of 8 million
Yeah.
each and every week internationally. And so, and even when, obviously, years back it came out, oh, wrestling's fake, they just played to that. And the fact that they've always found, wrestling's found a way to keep evolving.
Right.
And so, for those of you hating on wrestling in general, don't.
Just stop. Why are you doing that?
You don't have to like it, you don't have to love it, but just, why are you hating?
A lot of TV's fake.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that point. But anyway, so I thought the most interesting part, maybe not the most, but one of the interesting parts was Michael. He was weird. He was a weird dude.
He was total wrestling nerd.
Totally a weird dude. Yeah, he was not a wrestling hater. He was The Miz hater.
Yeah.
And by the end, I thought it was really sad because Mike turns to Michael and says, "Are you still a hater?" And Michael says, "Listen, Mike, as much as I like you, yes, I hate The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I am a hater." But the whole point was to show him
That he's...
that he is not The Miz. He is Mike.
Yeah.
Why did they have to pick somebody named Michael? It's making
I
it
don't
very
know.
confusing.
Why don't we call him M?
Which
and,
one?
The
hater?
The hater.
The
Why don't we
hater
call
can
him the
be
hater?
The hater. Okay, so the hater ends up still hating Mike because he thinks that Mike is The Miz when Mike so clearly is not The Miz.
Yeah.
Which sucks that he can't differentiate that. But okay, I thought this was the best introduction the hater has had so far.
Yeah.
When he's sitting there and the hater is shouting to the camera, "The Miz sucks. He's the worst. He's a asshole and a pussy and oh my god." And finally the announcer's like, "Why don't you say, 'Where are you, The Miz?'" He's like, "Where are you, The Miz? Where are you, The Miz? Where are you, The Miz?" And then The Miz taps him on the shoulder and he turns around and The Miz is like, "I'm right here. What are you going to do about it? Say it to my face." And Michael tackles him.
Well, even before that, what I thought was there's a reason for the tackling, and it's because in that moment, as you saw, the hater was getting very pumped up, and it's one of those cases where this guy thinks it's easy and he can do it, you know, and that's what he was doing. Like, "Where are you, The Miz? Where are you?" And then, you know, he was The Miz said, you know, "Confront me now," and the hater tried to, you know, thinking that he could do it,
Yeah,
and
The
he
Miz got
couldn't.
his face, yeah.
You know, and by The Miz getting in his face, that overpowered him. You know, all of a sudden to a huge degree, like, wow, you know what? Maybe I can't do this. You know, maybe it's not as easy to be even an asshole.
Yeah.
And then, so the only form of action that he could take was just reactionary, and that was to tackle him.
Yeah, and he did tackle him, and I was kind of worried for a second. Who broke that up? Producers?
I forget exactly who, but what's interesting is, you know, a lot of these kind of reality shows that AfterBuzz TV does, whether it's Jersey Shore, Real World, or whatever, you know, it's within
I
their
do both of those.
There you go. it's within their contract that, hey, you get into a fight, it's on you. We take no responsibility. I wonder how much, like, prep goes into, like, for Hater. I'm sure they weren't thinking, like, these guys are going to get into fist fights.
Yeah, no way. So they're not as prepared as what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was kind of slow to yeah, because probably lack of preparation. It was kind of slow to break up the fight. It wasn't like the Hater pounced on the Miz and then all of a sudden they were broken up. He pounced on him and then they were on a table and then they were on the floor and then they got broken up.
Yeah.
So good thing nobody got hurt. But okay, so we see that happen and then we see the Miz try to transform the Hater's look to look more like himself. That was a really good line too. What did he say? He said, "The ultimate revenge of a guy that hates me is to make him look exactly like me."
Yeah.
Which is what he did, and it's funny because after making the guy look exactly like him, then the Hater liked his new look, but he still hated the Miz. Bizarre.
It's one of those cases. Again, I don't think first off, the guy's as bright as he thinks he is, he's not. You know, that goes back to my point. He thinks he can wrestle and be a wrestler. No, you can't. And he also doesn't have a good sense of irony. You know, you, Roxy, are from the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast. I feel, and especially people from Massachusetts or anywhere northeast, have a good sense of irony. This guy that's what he was missing. He was missing the point that the Miz is not the same as Mike, and you look exactly like the Miz, yet you hate the Miz.
Yeah.
Like, what are you not getting to?
Exactly. That's the thing. It's ironic. It's hilarious. It's great television, and you're the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
And you think you're the one controlling the situation. And it's just funny, exactly what you're saying. So we actually see in the end, though, that the Miz did something really sweet for the Hater, and he invited his friends over to have the Hater, who plays the guitar, put on a little concert at the rooftop, singing, playing the guitar. And the Hater actually had a really nice bluesy, soulful voice. Sounded really good. And at the end of the performance, this girl in the audience just came up to him, this cute girl, and just kissed him. I'm sure the Miz put her up to it, but anyway.
That was nice of the Miz.
That would be enough to change my mind. I mean, how much ass does this kind of chubby Asian kid get? I don't know.
More so now with his new look.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he didn't even have... He had a whole beard covering his entire face, and his face is kind of cute when he got it shaved.
I mean, he looked like the typical wrestling nerd that just stays home on the couch, eats chips, and watches WrestleMania DVDs or even VHS tapes from way back in the day.
Yeah, he's still got a record player.
Yeah.
For sure. No, but yeah, so I thought that was enough to make him change his mind, but I guess it wasn't. I think that was our first one on Hater that didn't change their mind.
No, the first episode, you know, with the Bachelor.
Yep.
Jake is, I believe, his name. Didn't convert.
I'm glad that they don't all convert then. Not everybody can convert. So I think that pretty much covers the show, though.
That does.
A little bit about, we want to move on to predictions for next week. I mean, we can't really predict much.
Well, we'll go to a commercial, but before we do, why don't we kind of plug our own commercial, Roxy? What are you doing this Sunday night?
I am going to see Breaking Bad at the John Lovitz Comedy Club in Universal City Walk. It's going to be the best ever. What are you doing this Sunday?
I am producing for the AfterBuzz TV Breaking Bad edition from the John Lovitz Comedy Club. Now, Roxy, I know you don't really care about Breaking Bad. You're more vain than that. The stars of Breaking Bad are certainly going to be there, correct? And that's why you're going?
Not only the stars, but part of the crew, big-time people working with Breaking Bad, and Maria Menounos is going to be there interviewing people. You get to actually watch the show, and then you get to hear a conversation about the show with people on the show who work on the show. If you watch the show, it's a no-brainer. Get your ticket now, go. If you don't watch the show, it's still a no-brainer. It's going to be a really fun night. I don't watch the show. I hear there's alcohol there. That's enough to get me there for sure.
There's alcohol and food, and guess what? It gets better for Roxy's vainness and narcissism because if you're a fan of AfterBuzz TV, please come out and support. Again, you may not be Breaking Bad fans yourself, but it is a fun night, and a lot of our AfterBuzz TV hosts will be there in the flesh, such as Roxy.
Yeah, and I'm kind of fun.
And you know what?
I'm
just going to go ahead and say it. She's kind of hot too, guys.
Ooh, and there it is. I'll be there. If you want my number, just gotta ask.
There you go. So that is Sunday night, October 9th, at the John Lovitz Comedy Club. And to get your tickets, because you know what? You can get your tickets there, but you're going to schlep all the way there. You're going to get there. You're going to see all the fun everyone's going to be having, and then you're going to go buy a ticket.
And it's going to be sold out.
Sorry.
This is definitely going to be sold out. This is one of those events you really don't want to miss. If you're in LA, get your ass there. If you're not in LA, work on buying a ticket to come to LA. No joke. This is going to be awesome.
That's right. It's a night you don't want to miss. So thank you, Roxy, for doing that quick plug with me. And with that quick plug, why don't we go to another commercial break, and then we'll come back with our predictions.
Perfect.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call. 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean. You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Find out why AfterBuzz TV is the #1 source for after-show content.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
424-256-1729. 424-256-1729.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from? Your husband or your best friend?
The wig will come out. That wig.
When the TV show is over, get your AfterBuzz on.
This is our new prediction music for today.
For this show, not in general. We didn't change prediction.
No. Just for tonight. Just for tonight.
Okay, I can dig it. So, okay, next week we're seeing two people again. We're seeing Levi Johnston. And if you're like, okay, who the hell is that? It's the former fiance of Bristol Palin. As Phil pointed out, very young.
21 years old currently.
To have a hater at 21, you got to be doing something right or wrong.
Or just, I mean, anything in association with the Palins, oh my God.
That's true.
I can't imagine you're a hater.
Yeah, like, that's going to be an intense week, definitely. Especially because the second celebrity is Janice Dickinson. I know a lot of people who hate on Janice Dickinson. I happen to be a big fan.
I actually earned a lot of respect for her. I saw her on Celebrity Apprentice.
Right.
Not the best light to obviously see her in, but you know what? I didn't really know much about her before, so I didn't have any preconceived notions. And you know what? All in all, pretty nice woman.
She also judges on America's Next Top Model for a couple seasons, and I think that she really has different opinions than the rest of the people and really sticks to her gut. And I do support her, and I think she's great. And most people who hate her is probably because of the massive amount of success she's had and how beautiful she is still. So the only other question I really wanted to ask, though, was about the format of the show. How do you feel about how they do one celebrity and the next, as opposed to if they kind of bounce back between the two?
That might be more entertaining, but, I mean, more kind of seemingly fast-paced, but I at the end of the day, I don't know. Could I keep it straight? Sure. I feel like I'm a smart guy, but I don't know.
Make it confusing?
Yeah, I think it definitely would, and it's more typical of these shows. Like even just if you watch any of the MTV reality shows, whether Room Raiders or what was the one where they were in the van? No, where the person surveillance thing, right? They would bring out a date and the guy would have their two dates.
Oh yeah.
And they would have the lie detector to let them know that it was the truth or not.
What the hell is that called? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know, it was always in that format of like to a thing, or you know, it was Date My Mom.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one person goes, then the other person goes. You know.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. So I don't know. I'm just curious why they do it that way. But I like the way that this show is that you don't need to watch every week. If you don't want, you can watch. You could watch one celebrity and not the next. It's very easy to put on in the background. And if you're not just putting it on in the background, you're actually watching. Every moment is relatively entertaining. So it's a good show. Even if you don't watch religiously, you definitely can turn it on anytime and then come just listen to us here at AfterBuzz.
That's right. And Mario, I like how he's hosting the show. I give him a lot of credit.
I just like his smile.
Fair enough.
Okay, I think that's just about all. Thank you guys for listening to us blabber on about this show. We will see you here next week, same time.
That's right.
Adios.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. I guess Roxy forgot. Where are you, Roxy?
Buzz you later.
All right.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.